Hello, my friends. It's me, Andrew Gillen, with another episode of Badass Movie Time. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite independent film companies of all time. Fullmoon Pictures, Fullmoon Features. They've changed the name so many times. Fullmoon Presents. Fullmoon shit. Fullmoon stuff. We're going to go from least favorite to favorite, I guess. Whatever. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold on, everybody. So first up, this isn't a Fullmoon release. I guess Fullmoon did something where I guess they gave out the rights to their movies or something. But on this 20 movie horror pack, there was a couple Fullmoon movies on here. There was Seed People. Seed People, The Evil Bong 3, The Wrath of Bong. Sideshow, Lurking Fear. Lurking Fear is insane. It's like a zombie Fullmoon movie. And very cool, Head of the Family. Head of the Family is great stuff. I wish I had Head of the Family on Fullmoon Presents with William Shatner, though. But, so I'll start with that, because that's not really a Fullmoon movie. As mentioned, Evil Bong 3. I have Evil Bong 1, and I have Evil Bong 2. These movies aren't very good, but that's kind of the beauty of Fullmoon. They're direct-to-video. Direct-to-video means now we have instant streaming. Direct-to-video at one point was a movie would skip going to the theaters and it'd be released at like Blockbuster, or it'd be released on VHS where you could order it from a magazine. This is before the internet was big. But direct-to-video, the two biggest horror indie film companies that would skip theater was Trauma and Fullmoon. Trauma, what I like of Traumas, I like more, but Fullmoon has way more movies that I like. You know what I mean? Trauma has a Toxic Avenger, which is like top 10 movies of all time. Has Nukem High, Class of Nukem High, and it has I really liked Poultry Guys. But Trauma has a lot more movies that I've watched where I'm like, So we got Evil Bong. So I guess I have Evil Bong 1 through 3. Dead Man's Hand, which I've never watched. It's a casino horror movie. I don't know why I've never watched it. Sid Haig is in this, which is kind of cool. But and then I have Petrified, which I've never watched. So there's some movies I've never seen. There's this cool. They did Monsters Gone Wild, which is like a cool like montage type movie. This is pretty cool. I have an unopened copy somewhere. I don't know where my unopened copy went. Or I have an open copy. This is my unopened copy. So I don't know where my unopened one went. But for some reason, you know what I did? I ordered one of them and I got one. And I used to get the Fullmoon like random boxes. So that's how I have a lot of doubles of stuff. So one of the best series in Fullmoon, you might have heard of it. If you've never heard of Fullmoon, you probably have heard of these movies. Or if you're my age, you probably saw the movies at like Blockbuster and stuff. Puppet Master. So I have the first Puppet Masters on DVD. I got 1, 2, and 3. The reason 1 and 2 aren't open is because I also have this box set that has the first 10 movies in here. First 9 movies. So this is 1 through Axis of Evil. I love all the Puppet Master movies except for probably Puppet Master Legacy, which is just a fucking. It's just a reshoot. The biggest problem with Puppet Master, and especially in the later films, like in Axis of Evil, I feel like there's literally like a 25-minute scene from the first movie. Like there's just something that's drawn. I remember it was pissing me off. There's parts of the movies that I will fast forward. Um, I think part three. It's toss up between 2 and 3. I think 3 is probably my favorite Puppet Master movie, but I liked even the ones that people didn't like. I liked 4 or 5, and I really liked Curse of the Puppet Master. I enjoyed that movie when it first came out. It was a cool little box set, though. I'm happy I own it. And while we're on box sets, we're gonna go to my second favorite series that Fullmoon's done. I have the complete box set for Subspecies. This even has Vampire Journals, which is not a good fucking movie. It was Fullmoon's attempt at Interview with the Vampire, and it fell flat. But these are great. Very similar to Puppet Master. It's kind of a toss-up between 2 and 3. I like 2 and 3 a lot. They were filmed. I believe they filmed 2 and 3 back to back or very close together because they came out within a year of one another. And then Bloodstorm was cool. Bloodstorm was enjoyable. Ted Nicolau does these. Is the director of these, and Ted Nicolau also did one of the best movies that I own. I don't know if Full Moon did this though. Well, no, Charles Band wrote it. I don't know. I have a bootleg of this. Um, Terror Vision. If you've never seen Terror Vision, it's out on DVD now. I know for sure it's out on Blu-ray. But if you've never seen Terror Vision, do yourself a solid. Check out Terror Vision. This movie is so fun to show to people. It's bizarre. It's weird. It's a lot of fun. Ted Nicolau is an awesome guy. I think his son's making movies now too, which would be really cool. So I talked about Reanimator during the zombie episode. Stuart Gordon, Charles Band had something to do with Reanimator. Even I think that might have been a Full Moon movie at one point or something. I don't know the full story. Maybe somebody can explain that in the comments. Whatever. Stuart Gordon and Charles Band have done stuff together. So From Beyond, let's see where Charles Band is on here. I'm sure. Yeah, he's an executive producer. MGM released this though, so I don't know if they just distributed it or what. This was Stuart Gordon's follow-up to Reanimator, and he continues on with the H.P. Lovecraft thing. From Beyond is, H.P. Lovecraft. This movie's insane. I waited forever for this DVD to come out. It's a crazy fucking movie. It's up there with Reanimator. It's just a very bizarre. I'd say it's a little bit darker than Reanimator, but definitely grosser. And then Stuart Gordon also did Castle Freak. This movie was a big deal when I was a kid. I remember renting this back in the day, and this movie kind of freaked me out. It's a pretty dark movie. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton are in this too. So this is kind of like my Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton trilogy, and that was like the end of that. Great movie, one of my favorites. If I have to rate them, I would say probably Subspecies and Terror Vision. I'd say Terror Vision, Puppet Master 2 and 3, and Castle Freak are probably my favorite Full Moon movies. But something that comes close, my friends. I still have more. Believe it or not, I have more. Not Shrieker. I should have shown Shrieker already. Shrieker's not very good. This is like an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? I do have a Shrieker action figure too, though. I like the monster. This is my Shrieker figure. He used to light up or something. I don't remember what he did. He's dead now. Shrieker's dead. Horrible movie. Cool action figure. I wish I had the Castle Freak action figure, but whatever. Anyways, wow. A close follow-up to my top Full Moon movies is Demonic Toys. I got Demonic Toys. This has Dollman, and it has Dollman versus Demonic Toys. Dollman versus Demonic Toys is one of the greatest things. Demonic Toys was the first Full Moon movie I watched when I was like 8 or 9. I think I'd seen Puppet Master maybe, but it was the first time I was like, what's this Full Moon? It was on Sci-Fi Channel, and They did Demonic Toys and they followed it up with Dollman versus Demonic Toys. Fucking laughed my ass off at Dollman versus Demonic Toys. And I started looking up more Full Moon stuff. I was very aware of Trauma at an early age. About 7 or 8, I knew what Trauma was. So this was like, I was like, oh, what's this? This is like, when I started researching it and reading stuff online about it when I got a little bit older, I realized, oh wow, these companies have been competing with each other for a while. Demonic Toys is it's kind of Charles Band's thing. He has a million movies with little puppet things. There's a million of them. There's like blood dolls, and then there's like one where they're like little demon monster things. He likes to make like puppet monsters, which is kind of his shtick, I guess. But last but not least, I mentioned this earlier. I wish I had the Head of the Family from William Shatner's Full Moon Fright Night. This was a show on Sci-Fi Channel as well when I was in high school. I saw Shrunken Heads on there. I don't own Shrunken Heads, unfortunately. That's a good Full Moon movie. But so I just grabbed a random movie that I hadn't seen yet. It was hideous. Really glad I own this DVD though, because this is it's fun to tell people. I feel like William Shatner was drunk when he was doing this show, or he's pretending to be drunk. Whatever he did, it was great. I'd watch this every Saturday night, I believe. I think it came on Saturdays. Maybe Friday nights. Whatever, I'd watch it every week. I really enjoyed it. It was a good way for me to watch a lot of the worst of the Full Moon, because there's a shitload of Full Moon movies. There's a whole I just showed you a gigantic stack of shit. There's even more. There's stuff that I've never even watched or even care to watch, but they've been around for a pretty long time, so they're worth checking out. If you're just starting out with Full Moon, if you're interested and you like independent horror movies, I would say go the subspecies route, but Puppet Master's pretty pimp, guys. Especially those first 3 movies. Especially 3, man. It's a cool ass movie. But I love you, Charlie Band. Good man. Thank you for bringing me all these enjoyable movies throughout the years. I'll be back next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do though. I think I'm gonna do some random shit because I got extra stuff over here. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to know anything about movies, I got it all up here. So you ask me some questions down below. I'll answer them for you. Maybe you want to recommend a movie for me to grab, and maybe I can, I can do like the little backdrop. I can put my hands all like fancy and be like with a knife and like I'm gonna unbox my package. And do people still do that shit?